Remember when I did the morning routine video like a month ago, and the bathroom light went and the bedroom light went and everything went, and we replaced the bedroom light and everyone was happy? Finally got the bathroom light out today. The hell is that? I'm just destined never to have working lights throughout the entire house. That's ridiculous. Hello folks, and welcome to something a little bit different on this week's video. I'm giving you a week off from weight loss stuff. I know we've done four weight loss videos in a row. That's because the whole weight loss thing is a big deal for me at the moment. It's not going away, but I realise you probably don't want to see that every single week on the channel. So stick around at the end. I'll let you know how this week's weight loss went. It'll be like a 30-second thing. But I asked what you'd like to see instead, because basically we can't do a vlog because we are still trapped in the house. Lockdown is still going strong here in the UK. So we can't go out and do anything. We can't even like go to the park or go out and do anything fun because we're following the rules. It was my dad's birthday yesterday, and we ended up not giving him his card and his present because it was raining. So we couldn't stand at the end of the driveway and talk to him and see him open it. So we've just said, right, we'll do that another time, because we obviously can't go in his house, and we want to see him open the stuff that we've got him. It's silly. It's silly, and we're all getting very fed up of it now. Andy is so desperate to get out of the house that he's listing everywhere we could possibly go. We went to Tesco yesterday to pick up our click and collect order. We picked Anna up from work, went straight there, got the click and collect, and he wanted to go in and just walk in and do the shopping. He hates going into the shop and doing shopping, but yesterday he was willing to do that just to give him something to do. And we're all feeling that a little bit, and I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that as well. If you're somewhere in the world where you're also in lockdown and you've been in these restrictions and you've been stuck in your house, for some people for nearly a year now. I mean, people started working from home back in March. It's February. It is rubbish, and yeah, that's why I'm not wandering around vlogging, because there's only so many times I can show you the house routine video thing that I talked about in the intro. I can't show you us getting ready for our day again. I gave myself a haircut today. I was planning on filming that, but I thought, right, I'll finally change that bulb, and then this. So I gave myself a haircut in the dark, which is why there's this bit that's I've noticed here. I've been upstairs twice to try and fix that, and I can't see it in the dark. I need to walk upstairs like this and then aim the clippers at that spot. It's the most uneven haircut I've ever given myself in the last year of me cutting my own hair. But, you know, the haircut was due, so I had to do it in the dark. Tip for you all, don't do haircuts in the dark. But we have got bits that we're going to talk about today. People have asked for an update on finding Andy a school, finding Andy Respite, an update on how we're getting on in the new house, how Anna's getting on in her new job. We've got all that stuff to talk about. We've also got a big pile of P.O. box stuff that has been accumulating over the last couple of weeks because I just keep forgetting to open it in the other videos. So I think we'll start with a little bit of that, and then we'll do an update thing here and there. And then I'll tell you the weight loss stuff at the end. I think I'll use those fancy segments of the video so you can jump around the video if you want. So if there's only certain things you want, jump to the bit that you want. Easy peasy. Where's this P.O. box stuff? Wonder it's a big pile. Goodness me, that is a lot of stuff. Let's move this keyboard out of the way so I don't accidentally stop the recording and crack into some of this stuff. I need my knife. Where's my knife? Officially can't find the knife. Haven't actually seen it since we moved in, so the knife could be anywhere. So we're gonna have to do this. The old school way. So this first box is from Amelia Rose Crafts. It's handy when the box itself is labelled. Let's see what we've got in here. It's a Russian doll situation. We've got a box inside a box. Oh, it's a birthday present for Lucy. Right, Lucy's not here. Amy is here this weekend, but I will take that back and I'll just leave it like that. It says, to Lucy, happy 19th birthday. Enjoy your gift. Love from Louise Brooks Green. So I will, I'll take that back to Lucy tomorrow. We won't open that up for her unless it's something really cool, in which case I'll steal it for myself. We have another little thing here, which is a lot of drawings, I think. Have we got any letters? I can't show all these drawings. We'll be here all day. I'm just looking for anything that's got any writing on so we can work out. There you go. That one I think is a letter. So these are all from Blake. Just lots of pictures that he's made for us. He's enjoying the videos. Thank you, Blake. I'll have a look through the pictures and sort through them accordingly. Thank you very much, Blake. What have we got here? This is a big Amazon parcel, but it is a PO box thing, so I'm not sure what it is. Please wear on Sunday from Shady. Oh, this was for the Streamer Showdown. He said he was going to send something, but it didn't come in time. Shady, little tip, I don't know if you even watch the vlogs. If you want something to be worn for the Football Manager stuff, put lollujo on the box rather than Kevin Chapman. If it's for Kevin Chapman, then the hell is this? It's a big chicken head. He sent me a big chicken head. We might have to just go and see Anna. See what she says about this. Oh, it stinks. It smells awful. Let's go and see Anna. Right, here we go. Let's go and see. I can't see out of this thing. The eye holes don't match up with my eyes. Dave's probably not very happy about this either. Oh God, this is not safe. This is not safe. Anna?
Oh, Jesus.
Hello?
Don't ever walk in like that.
Like what?
I nearly died.
Why? Hello, Dave.
Oh, it actually scared me. No.
Yeah. Chicken. Thanks, Shady. Well, I've gone and shown both Anna and Amy the chicken mask. The Streamer Showdown at the weekend was sponsored by KFC. I think that's the joke. Where am I going to keep a chicken mask that really stinks bad? What have we got here? We have, don't know what this is. It says Magic Mail on the back, which is one of my superhero names. We have, so this is from Lillian. Hope you all had an amazing Christmas. Love watching the channel. I've been watching for a few years now. Please enjoy the little gifts. The one addressed to you, to the whole family, but I wanted to give Andy his own. Okay, so that's Andy's one. Let's have a look. So this is the one for the whole family. I hope I'm not tearing it. I'm assuming this is paper that it's wrapped in. Oh, very cool. If I can get it out without tearing it up. There we go. We have a little, it's very shiny. There you go. Is it showing up in the camera properly? I don't know if you can see. Superheroes, which is awesome. I am going to open Andy's one up because them's the rules now when it comes to P.O. Box. We don't let Andy open up his own stuff anymore, but there's Andy's. Very cool Toy Story ones. Is it a sticker or is it something we just put on the wall? And they're from Lillian. She sells them through Etsy and Instagram. My page is called Handmade Kingdom Gifts. There you go, at Handmade Kingdom Gifts on Etsy and Instagram. It's not. I don't think they're stickers. I think they're just things that you could have them framed and put on the wall, which is very cool. Thank you very much, Lillian. We have another Amazon parcel. Oh my word. This isn't going to do the diet any good. I'm going to give this to Amy, I think. Can't be eating this. Oh, this is for Lucy as well. To Lucy, happy 19th birthday. Enjoy your gift. So this is also from Louise Book Screen. So, yeah, we'll get that through to Lucy along with the other thing. So they're Lucy's bits. Excellent. Thank you, Louise. We have, oh, this has got a name on the back from Jord. Here are some treats for you and Andy. Love your videos. Don't send me treats. I'm on a diet. Oh my word. What have we got? We've got a bar of Galaxy Cookie Crumble and some Haribo Gold Bears. Thank you very much, Jord. Yeah, Jord. I was reading my own name. Jord, thank you. That's very kind of you. And last bit from the P.O. Box. Again, it's an Amazon thing, which I'm pretty sure this is for Andy, because it's an ice cream van. It's from Hannah Carey to the Chapmans. I saw in the video that Andy's into ice cream vans at the moment, so I thought he'd like one to go with his trains and buses. Stay safe from Hannah, the one who made some of your emotes. Hannah, thank you very much. And there is an ice cream van for Andy. Andy's asleep at the moment, otherwise I would get him down to show him those bits. I'll try and I'll try and grab him before I have to edit this video together. I'm recording this Saturday afternoon, so cutting it a little bit tight. But if I can grab him fully dressed before I have to start editing this together, I will, and I'll insert that clip here. Andy, got some presents for you. You got that one, look?
Another ice cream.
You've got another ice cream van, yeah, and look. There's a picture somebody made for you. It says Andy, and it's got Toy Story things on.
I hope it is.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Thank you.
There we go. Right, that concludes the PO box opening stuff. Like I say, we've got plenty of life update, house update bits to come in this very random, thrown together video. Blame lockdown for this one, folks. But there's so many things you wanted me to cover that was fit. Just going to squash it all into one video because why not? My hair's a mess after the chicken situation, but we'll do those bits after a word from Past Kev. Past Kev here, just wanting to take a moment to thank this week's episode sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. They've got classes on all sorts of topics ranging from creativity, art, music and video production through to entrepreneurship and productivity. And plenty of cool stuff in between as well. Now, as you know, I've been using Skillshare myself for a long time at this point, and it's pretty much taught me everything that I have ever learned about how to do what I do. But it's always important to take a little bit of a refresher and try and learn some new skills. So at the moment, I'm looking at this Learn Premiere Pro class. Specifically, I'm looking to learn about color correction and color grading. It's something I've experimented with on videos in the past and not done very well at, partly because I am colorblind. But I'm hoping by going through a tutorial and really going in depth on how to do it properly, rather than trying to make it up as I go along, we'll start to improve some of the color grading and color correction that I use here on the channel. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, which means there's no adverts. They're adding new content all the time. And what's more, it's less than $10 a month when you use an annual subscription. And even better than that, the first 1,000 people to sign up using the link in the description below get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. So what are you waiting for? Head down there, get yourself signed up, learn a new skill for 2021 and support the channel while you're doing it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's win-win, boys and girls. Back to Past Kev. There are so many cardboard boxes around me in here now. This is not good. I need to tidy up the office. Oh dear, the hair looks even worse from that angle, doesn't it? Yikes. I need to get a light bulb urgently. I put it on Twitter. Apparently they're called G9s. I've got some on the way from Amazon. What's wrong with just normal light bulbs? What is wrong with people? So, the stuff people wanted updating on. First things first, I think, was Andy's school and respite situation. As I've said to a couple of people who've asked in the comments, but I'll say it here just so that the information is fully out there. The reason there's not been an update is because there hasn't really been an update to give. He, as you'll know, his last day at school was just after October half term. He went back for 1 week after October half term, and then we moved house. Well, in fact, we moved house, took him back and forth to his old school for a week, and then he had his last day. We anticipated getting him into school before Christmas. It then got to Christmas, he wasn't in a school. So we then hoped we'd get him sorted with somewhere relatively soon after Christmas. But then, of course, we got after Christmas, the national lockdown happened, the schools closed, and we've basically been told nothing's going to happen while the schools are closed because it just won't. Kids are at home. And I know theoretically, if he had a school to go to, he would still be able to go like he did during the lockdown last springtime. He was still able to go to school. He didn't the whole time, but he was able to go. He was able to have it as an option. Like now he would go because he's so bored with being at home. But they're not going to allocate him a place while he could be at home, regardless of what need might be or anything like that. So we're kind of stuck in limbo on that until schools reopen at the very least. And it's not even going to be a case of schools reopen and snap, he's in a school from the day they reopen, because it's the whole process has effectively been paused on whatever it was, the 4th of January. He didn't have a school allocated then. He'd been rejected by one because they felt they couldn't meet his needs. We'd applied for 2 others, and those applications are now just sat there in limbo. So when schools reopen when the lockdown is over, they'll then start processing those applications. So if the schools are opening in, I think the last I saw was they're looking for mid-March to reopen the schools. If the schools are reopening in mid-March, I think it's going to be, I'd be surprised if he had a school sorted before Easter. So we're probably going to be looking at April, May time yet before he has a school, by which point he'll have been pretty much off school for a year and a half, not quite a year and a half, maybe 14, 15 months, in which the only time he was at school was the 6 weeks between going back in September and October half term. So he'll have had 14 months of less than 2 months of school. So basically a year off. And not only that, by that point, if we're coming towards the end of this academic year, he'll be nearly 17. He's effectively only got a year, 2 years maximum left at school. So it has been sort of hinted at us that because it's taking so long, school might not even be the right thing for him to end up doing. It might be that every school turns him down on the basis of what's the point in bringing him in for a year and then disrupting him again with whatever he's going to do when he's 18. It might actually be sensible to start treating him as an 18-year-old, even though he's not yet turned 17, and look to do whatever the next thing is from there. So that's all very much up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen. And we're stuck until the lockdown is over. Just like with so many things, we have no news until there is some news. Respite is a little bit more positive. Sort of. There's not going to be any kind of residential respite here. We've been told in no uncertain terms it is not going to be an option for him in this county. There are respite places. The waiting list is long. By the time he gets to the top of the waiting list, he'll be too old to go. It's basically what we've been told. There's no point pursuing it because he will not get in before he's 18. And once he turns 18, the kind of respite he had before isn't available anyway. So that is never going to happen again. That's done now, which is a shame because it was brilliant. He really benefited from it. We really benefited from it. But it's done. It's not coming back. But what we have hopefully got happening anytime soon, we've been allocated time for sort of in-home respite. I think we've been allocated 10 hours a week for him to have a carer come in and take him out somewhere or do something with him either here or take them to a day centre place and do something with him there. And we've interviewed a couple of different care agencies. We've selected the one that we like. We've requested that we get something up and running with them. That's gone back through social services. They now have to take it to panel. So even though they've allocated the hours, they now need to just sort of rubber stamp everything and take it back to their panel again. But we are hoping at some point within the next couple of weeks, he'll be able to start something like that. We're still not entirely sure what the shape of that will be. Certainly with lockdown on at the moment, it'll probably initially be, even if it's just something like taking him out to ride on the bus. It's something he'd enjoy doing. So it gets him out of the house. It gives us time to get some of the bits done that we can't really get done while he's here, like fixing the internet, which is an ongoing problem, but we can't turn it off for an extended period of time while he's here because he gets upset about it. It'll allow us to go and do the shopping, that kind of thing. So there's bits and bobs that we can do. Long term, it should lead to them being able to take him bowling and take him to play golf and all these other things that he quite likes to do, with the idea being building it up so he can be out for 4, 5, 6 hour long sessions, maybe at the weekend, to allow us the opportunity to maybe go to the cinema, maybe take Amy somewhere, just do something without him as well to open that stuff back up to us. But it does look like the days of me and Anna being able to disappear for a couple of nights away somewhere while he's off at Respite and going to B&M and doing all that stuff is a thing of the past. That isn't coming back until we reach the point where he moves out, which, I mean, as far as we're concerned, is still a year or two away. Whether or not that changes because of the school situation, we'll find out. But again, it's another one of those things where we're not updating you on it because we don't really have an update to give. We don't really know what this respite thing is going to look like because it's not set up yet. When it does, we'll definitely update you on it and let you know. But it's certainly starting to seem clear that it's not just because we moved. It's because we moved during a pandemic when he was at that awkward age where they were starting to transition him into adult stuff anyway. We'd had the conversation a year ago that once he hit 16 and a half, which he's now hit and passed, once he hit 16 and a half, they were going to start looking to transition him into adult care stuff. And we moved right in the middle of that. So a lot of the things that he would have been able to carry on getting over there, they're not going to start with him here. And it has left us in total limbo. Really bad timing. There's nothing we could have done about it. I mean, we couldn't have, aside from Anna sitting on her hands for 2 years waiting before she can apply for jobs, which is dumb. I mean, that doesn't really work. She had to go out and get her job, and for her to get her job, we had to move. So we were kind of in a situation where we had to do it, but the timing probably couldn't have been much worse when it comes to provision for Andy, both with his age and everything that was going on in the world while it was happening. We're still hopeful he'll get to school, and we're still hopeful we'll find something that works. But at the moment, it is very much, he is in the house 24/7. The only time he leaves is to get in the car for us to drive Anna to and from work. He doesn't really like doing that. It's a bit of a battle to do that sometimes. He does quite like the car wash, we've discovered. So I'm having to go to the car wash quite regularly with him because he likes going there. And that's pretty much his only treat at the moment. We'll do that like once a month, and he'll look forward to, we went Friday, and he'll be looking forward to it for a month now until we can go to the car wash again. We need things. He needs things to open back up again, but what are we going to do? The other thing you wanted an update on was the new house, new job, new all that kind of stuff, new area. We don't really know anything about the new area yet. We've still not really been out. We've lived here for 4 months now. We've still not been into Leicester, which seems mad, but there's no reason for us to go in. There's no essential reason for us to go into the city. We're about half an hour outside of Leicester city centre. There's no benefit to us in going there at the moment because there's supermarkets closer to home. That's the only really essential thing we can justify going to. Even stuff like restaurants, click and collect, takeaway stuff, there's all of that. There is nearer options than going all the way into Leicester. So we haven't been in at all. It's a year since we've been into Leicester. When we went to play the Crazy Golf last year, which was fun. It was a good video. It was a lot of fun, but that was the last time we went to Leicester. So we don't know anything about the local area. The house I really like. Anna is having a few teething problems with, partly because there's different light bulbs in every room. We thought the light bulb situation was mad at the old house. It is even worse here. There are light bulbs we've never seen before, and they seem to blow a lot. We seem to have a light bulb go every week, and we're trying to keep on top of it. But we've got a cupboard stacked full of light bulbs. Every time one goes, we'll buy 10 of that bulb. So we've got a cupboard in the kitchen which is just full of light bulbs. But then one goes that isn't in there. We've got 10 of these on the way now from Amazon. Ridiculous. And the internet is a constant problem. It's been dropping out every day. Speeds are slow. We are getting our full fibre, but it's not going to be until April because OpenReach, BT, that whole thing, delaying setting up full fibre to the home until April. So there's nothing we can do. The super fast speeds we thought we were going to be getting when we moved in October, we might finally get them after we've been here 6 or 7 months. But when we get them, they'll be awesome. I'm loving having an office indoors. The house is nice. Storage is a problem. Not having the garage is a problem. Our downstairs toilet is literally just our utility room and a storage place now. Just found a really long hair there. Do not cut your hair in the dark, folks. That is not good. But yeah, we could really do with a garage. I don't think this is a house we're going to be in for the next 5 years. I think this is we've signed a 2-year lease. I think we'll probably be here longer than that. We'll stay here until we know Andy has got somewhere sorted. I don't think there's any point in moving on to another place and moving Andy again and then again. So I think this will be the last place he lives in with us full time. But I think probably within the next 2 or 3 years, whatever he does next will have become apparent. And at that point, me and Anna can decide what we're going to do. Because if we're looking, say, 3 years down the line, Lucy's already gone. Andy will be gone by then. Amy is 15 this year, so she'll be very close to going off to university herself. And I think we're kind of looking ahead to that 3-year thing of, right, 3 more years, then we can kind of go anywhere do anything, get a bigger house, get a smaller house, get a flat, get a caravan, whatever it might be. And just that next move for us, I think, is going to be the house where me and Anna stick for a long, long time. So I don't know. I don't even know. What I think what we would look for from a house is very different now, or will be very different then to what we've done this time. We'd obviously want there to be guest bedrooms for the kids to come and stay, but at the same time, I'd want a bigger office than this. Anna would probably want a gaming room office type thing as well, so that the living room doesn't have to be taken over with all that stuff. And we would like a garage and some storage. So I think what I'm probably describing is a massive mansion, which seems mad when it would just be two of us living in it most of the time. But I guess we'll see. But I like the house for now. Anna is less keen because of the fact the light bulbs, the internet, just little annoyances with it, not having somewhere to put the Hoover. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll get through the teething problems. I think a lot of it is because we're stuck in it all the time. When she's not at work, she's stuck in here. And I think once the weather's a bit nicer and we can go out into the garden and go out and do stuff, have days out, I think it'll be much more comfortable, feel much more like it's okay. Yeah, this was the right place, because I still think it is. She just needs a little bit more convincing. All of which leads me to the last of all of the updates, which of course is the Fit by 40 weight update. And this week has not been great. I've still followed the plan mostly. I did have a big old KFC for the Streamer Showdown at the weekend, so I think that's had a little bit of an impact. And I have actually bounced back up again a little bit in weight. It's on the overall trajectory. We're still looking good. I'm just trying to find the figures now. So last week I had a huge weight loss last week, which I'm now starting to question based on the fact that I've kind of bounced back this week. I wonder how accurate that was, or whether I just caught it at a very low moment or on a particularly giving bit of the carpet on the floor or whatever it was. But so 2 weeks ago, I was 23 stone, 11 pounds. Last week, I was 23 stone, 4 pounds, which was a massive, for being 3 weeks in, that was a massive 7 pound weight loss in a week. This week, I've gone back up to 23 stone, 7 pounds. So I've gained theoretically 3 pounds from where I was last week. But if you compare it to where I was 2 weeks ago, I'm actually 4 pounds less than I was 2 weeks ago, which does average out to that 2 pound weight loss, which is what I'm aiming for. The calories that I'm eating each day, we are aiming for a 2 pound weight loss a week. So the way I see it, I'm still on target. I don't mind if it goes a little bit like this. That's fine, as long as it's generally trending down. At the moment, it is still generally trending down. So we're all good. We're still on target to be target weight by my 40th birthday. I've tweaked the diet slightly as well. There'll be more on this in a week or two's time once I've decided what I like. But I've kind of semi-abandoned the intermittent fasting. Some of it anyway. I'm still not eating past 8 p.m. in the evening. I'm still not snacking between meals, but rather than having 2 big meals now, I've doubled up the amount of Huel that I'm having. So I'm having the Huel drink first thing in the morning, or not like first thing, like when I get back from taking Anna to work, so like 8 a.m. That's a 400 calorie meal. Then 12 o'clock, rather than having the massive 1,000 calorie lunch that I'm padding out with things like hot cross buns and crisps and things like that, I'm now having the Huel hot and savoury plus a Huel bar, which is exactly 600 calories. So my first 2 meals of the day are just Huel. It takes 1,000 calories, so it's what I was having for lunch before. It's just a little bit more spread out. But because I'm not filling it up with junk, it is much better balance, and the macros are better balanced. It's more nutritious. It's got more of the vitamins and stuff like that, and it's a perfect carb, fat, protein balance. So I'm figuring that might be better. I'm monitoring how it manages my hunger in the afternoons. What I don't want to do is start wanting to snack at 3:30, 4 o'clock again. Fingers crossed so far that hasn't happened, so it is keeping me full. But if it gets to the point where I'm starving in the afternoon, I'll just go back to the big meal at lunchtime, because I think I'm more likely to be more disciplined in the morning. This wasn't I'm really starving, I've got to start having breakfast again change. This was I recognise I'm eating junk at lunchtime, so we should probably fix that kind of change. So at the moment, it's 1,000 calories spread across the first 2 meals just of Huel, and then the other 1,000 calories, or 1,200-ish, I have for my evening meal, and I'm being pretty flexible with what that evening meal is. I know I'm going to have to tighten that up in time, but at the moment, the trajectory is still positive, despite the setback this week. So as long as the trajectory is positive, I think I can be a little bit flexible with what I do for that evening meal. If it looks like the weight loss is stalling, like if I don't lose weight this week now, I'll probably have to tighten that meal up as well. But I'm worried about going too far with any of that, because if I start to feel like I'm depriving myself of stuff, that's when I know I'm not going to follow it long term. At the moment, I'm enjoying eating this way. It's fine. I get to have a nice meal in the evening. I like Huel, so it's fine. I'm selling it to myself as I'm only having to think about what I'm eating 3 times a week, because breakfast and lunch is always the same every day. We have our Gusto boxes for 4 dinners of every week sorted. So I've just got to decide what I'm going to have for dinner 3 times a week. And even if I have 3 takeaways, which I'm unlikely to do, but if I did, even if I have 3 takeaways, I'm not sure I can do too much damage on 3 takeaways when the rest of the week has been pretty clean and pretty low calorie. So that's the theory at the moment. We'll check in again next week. And like I say, no matter what the video is, we'll always check in with the weight until my 40th birthday, which is away yet. But we will wrap that video up there. I know this video has been a mess. There has just been so much stuff that people wanted me to cover that I thought rather than spreading it out over a number of weeks and really milking it, I would just get everything in this video, chop it up into segments so you could just watch the bits that you're interested in. I'll be quite interested looking at the analytics to see which segments get the most views. And then we'll be back next Sunday with something different. Hopefully something will happen. If something happens this week, I would love at this. I know some people think I don't want to vlog. I would love nothing more at the moment than just being able to do a vlog this week. But in order to do a vlog, I need something to happen. I need something to vlog about. And I don't know how likely that is to happen in the next 7 days. But we'll be back next Sunday regardless, even if it's just to check in and tell you what my weight is and moan about lockdown a little bit more. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you back here next week.